Hi everybody, today we're going to talk about 5 tips for succeeding with clients. So let's get started. So tip number 1 is to be a professional. I think a lot of us would agree that the 3 primary tenets of professionalism are trust, honesty, and caring. And a great quote that I read about professionalism was by David Maister in the book True Professionalism, where he says, "The best way to sell is not to sell, but to care. Professionalism works." And I think he's totally right about that. All right, tip number 2, building trust. So to build trust, don't wait till you're being paid to be helpful. Be helpful from the beginning. So really show your client that you care at the beginning. Show them that you're trying to be helpful in the beginning. Maybe you're offering something to help solve their problem. You're helping them understand what services you can offer to help them solve their problems and address their challenges right from the beginning. So this is well before you're being paid to do so. And then once you are engaged with a client and once you are being paid, you're working hard to achieve your client's goals at the minimum possible cost. So you're striving for efficiency. Because after all, a good relationship is much more valuable than any extra income earned through inefficiency. And then you're really trying to show the client that you care. This goes back to the beginning, that what we talked about, being a professional, and then to be honest with them as well. These will go a long way toward building trust. Tip number 3 is to listen. I think this is a tip that a lot of people forget. Is a lot of professionals want to talk about themselves, they want to talk about their firm, how great they are, how great their services are, how they can solve the client's problems. But this is completely wrong. What you want to do from the beginning is you want to listen. You want to get the client to tell you his or her problems, and you want to understand your client's challenges and what they really, really want. Once a prospective client shows some interest in considering you, that's your cue to forget about talking about yourself or your firm or what you can offer. That's your cue to let your client talk and understand their challenges, really understand what they want. And then once you understand what your client wants, then you can go on to the other aspects of being a professional and explaining the options available to your client, helping your client understand the risks, the costs, the advantages and the disadvantages of each option, and then making a professional recommendation to your client. But first and foremost is listening. And tip 4 is client service. So obviously you want to serve your client well. And I think one way you can do this is you can ask your client actually how to serve them better. So maybe you've worked on a couple different projects with your client, but don't shy away from asking them how you can serve them better, how you can do better. Because most clients will be really upfront with you and tell you, and you can only learn from those kind of interactions. Also invest heavily in your existing clients by demonstrating an interest in their affairs. So maybe you're attending one of your clients' industry events. Maybe you're reading maybe you're reading literature on your client's business, or their business line, and you're talking that over with them. But really show them that you care and invest in your clients in that way. And also show your clients you have a special interest in them and you have something of value to offer them. So you really want to express the value in how you can help your client solve their problem. And then also be eager to learn as much as you can about your client's business. This again goes a long way to showing your client that you care and that you're really interested in them, their business, and how to solve their problems. And then tip number 5, this goes back to the title of the entire talk, but to succeed for your clients. Clients want results. That's why they've hired you. So solve the problem. And in doing so, take pride in the work that you're doing. And also show initiative. And don't wait to be told by your client what to do. Once you're engaged, once you're authorized to proceed, go for it. And do it efficiently, do it well, do it in an honest manner. And then do whatever it takes to get the job done. Sometimes things are going to take longer. Sometimes you're going to go out of scope. But do whatever it takes to get the job done. And again, communicate with your client and be honest in doing that. And look to make things easier for your client. That's a great way to help them to succeed for your client. is make things easier. You don't want to make things harder in the whole process, but if you can find ways to be more efficient, if you can find ways to deliver something that's easier to understand, that's easier for your client to solve their problem, do it. And then learn to understand and think like your client. I think this is a really key tip because not only are you trying to understand your client's business, but you're also trying to understand your client's motivations and how your client perceives risk and all the other factors that go into their decision making. So really try to understand how they think. This goes a long way, again, towards showing your client that you care and building trust with your client. And then also, this is an item I think a lot of people forget about, is be open to constructive criticism. So this again goes back to soliciting that feedback from your client, asking how you can do better for them, but also be open to the criticism that your client may have for you. Don't be offended by it, but only look to learn from it. And I think you can really grow as a professional in that way. Well, I've hoped you've enjoyed all these tips, and I hope you apply them to your client relationships. Thank you.